Hello everyone, welcome to Chinese Begin. In this lesson, we are going to learn the second part of Pinyin, initials and phyllos. There are 23 initials and 24 phyllos of Chinese Pinyin. We divide them into two parts, and in this lesson, we are going to learn the first part of initials and phyllos. First, let's look at these 11 initials. They are bo, po, mo, fo, de, te, ne, le, g, k, h. And before we look at them one by one, let's look at organs of speech. There is no need to remember them, just need to know about them. And when you can't find the position or pronunciation, you can use it to help you to pronounce initials and phyllos correctly. Then let's look at the first initial. The first one is bo, bo, bo. This is an unaspirated voiceless bilabial plosive. Long air is compressed by the closure of the lips. Then the air escapes with a sudden release of the lip closure with no vibrations of the vocal cords. It sounds like bo in boy. Okay, please read after me. Bo, 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 boy, bo. The next one is po. Different from bo, this one is an aspirated voiceless bilabial. The position of articulation is the same as that of bo, but there is air that released forcibly with a poof, with no vibrations of vocal cords. It sounds like po of policy. Po, policy. Okay, please read after me. Po, po, po. The next one is mo. It's an unaspirated bilabial nasal. The lips form a closure, and the soft palate and uvula are lowered. The airstream passes through the nasal cavity with the vibration of vocal cords. It sounds like more in mortify. Mortify. More. Please read after me. More. 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 Next one is for. Different from bilabial, bo, po, mo. For is a voiceless labial dental fricative. The upper teeth make a light contact with the lower lip, and the air is released in between with friction, with no vibrations of vocal cords. It sounds like for of format. Format. For. Read after me. For. 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 Okay, let's have a short conclusion of these four initials. We can find that bo, po, mo are bilabial sounds, but fo is a dentinabial. The next one, de. It is an unaspirated voiceless alveolar plosive. The primary obstacle is formed by a closure made between the tip of the tongue and the upper alveolar ridge. Long air is compressed behind this closure, and then escapes with force upon release of the alveolar closure, with no vibrations of the cords. It sounds like de of dirty. Dirty. De. Read after me. De. 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 Next one, te, is an alveolar voiceless and alveolar plosive. Its position and manner of articulation are the same as those of de, but it is aspirated, with no vibrations of vocal cords. It sounds like te of today. Read after me. Te, today, te, te, te. The next one, ne, is an alveolar nasal. The tongue tip is pressed against the upper alveolar ridge. The soft palate and uvula are lowered, and the air is let out through the nasal cavity with the vibrations of the vocal cords. It sounds like n of no, no, n, no, n. Please read after me. N, n, n. When you pronounce this initial, you can feel the vibration of your nose. 1. Le. is an alveolar lateral. The tongue tip makes a light contact with the upper alveolar ridge, but slightly more to the back than the position for nasal n. The air stream is released from the sides of the tongue. The vocal cords vibrate. It sounds like l of letter. Okay, please read after me. L, l, l. The difference between the nasal n and the lateral l is that when we pronounce the nasal n, the air is let out through the nasal cavity with the vibrations of the vocal cords. But when we pronounce the lateral l, there is no vibration of our nasal cavity. T, t, n, l are apical sounds. When we pronounce them, the tongue tip makes a contact with the upper alveolar ridge. Next one is g. It's an unaspirated voiceless velar plosive. The back of the tongue is raised to form a closure with the soft palate. Long air escapes with force upon sudden release of the closure, with no vibrations of vocal cords. It sounds like g of great. Great. G. Please read after me. G. 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 Great. G. Next one, k, is an aspirated voiceless velar plosive. When pronounced, its position and manner of articulation are the same as those of k, except that it is aspirated, with no vibrations of vocal cords. It sounds like k of correct. Correct. K, k. Please read after me. K, k, k. Next one, h, is a voiceless velar fractive. The back of the tongue is raised towards the soft palate when pronounced. The air stream is expelled from the lungs, causing some frictions in the vocal tract. With no vibrations of vocal cords, it sounds like h of herin. Herin. H. Please read after me. H, herin. H. We can find that g, k, h are velar sounds. When we pronounce them, the back of the tongue is raised towards the soft palate. Then let's have a conclusion about what the initials of this lesson. Initials b, m, d, g are unaspirated initials. When we pronounce them, there is no puff of air, while p, t, k are aspirated initials. When we pronounce them, the air is released forcibly with a puff. Let's look at phyllodes. In this lesson, we will learn 6 single phyllodes and 4 compound phyllodes. We have learned that the tongue mark or pinyin should be placed above vowels a, w, e, i, u, ü in last lesson, and they are single phyllodes. Then let's look at the first single phyllo. The first single phyllo a, when we pronounce it, the mouth is wide open, the tongue is at its lowest, the lips are unrounded. It sounds like a of father, and it has 4 tongues. Please read after me. A, 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 a. The next phyllo is o. The opening of the mouth is medium. The tongue position is middle high and slightly to the back. The lips are rounded. It sounds like o of orange. O. Okay, please read after me. O, 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 o. Next one, the opening of the mouth is medial, the tongue position is also being mid-high and slightly to the back, and the lips are unrounded. It sounds like of orange. Orange, Okay, please read after me. Uh, 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 Next one, e. The opening of the mouth is lateral. The lips are spread and the tongue position is high and slightly to the front. It sounds like letter E. Okay, Please read after me. E, 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 E. Next one, U. The opening of the mouth is narrow. The lips are fully rounded, and the tongue position is high and slightly to the back. It sounds like U, a woman. Woman. U. Okay, please read after me. U, 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 U. Next one, Ü. The tongue position is identical to that of E when pronouncing it, and the lips are rounded to a degree similar to U. Okay, please read after me. Ü, 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 Ü. A, W, E, U, Ü are single fellows. Then, let's look at the four compound fellows. The first one, I, is composed of single fellows, A and E. Pronouncing A and E together, then it will sound like I. Okay, please read after me. I, 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 I. Next one, A, is composed of and E. It sounds like letter A. Okay, read after me. A, 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 A. O is composed of A and O. It sounds like out of out, out, out. Okay, please read after me. Ow, 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 ow. Next one is O. O is composed of O and U. It sounds like O in English. O, O. Please read after me. O, 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 O. I, A, O, and O. They are four compound fellows. Okay, in the end, let's have a review about what we have learned. In this lesson, we have learned 11 initials and 10 fellows, and we learned how to pronounce them and their position or pronunciation. It's really vital to know how to pronounce these initials and fellows correctly, which is the premise of speaking standard and fluent Mandarin. In next lesson, we will learn the rest initials and fellows. Please keep watching our videos. Okay, goodbye. See you next time.